G'day guys, how are you? My name is Skipper. Welcome back to the first episode of the On The Mark podcast. Today we have my pop. Say g'day.
G'day, mate.
And so we've got the famous Skipper's Nan. How are you today, Nan?
Good, thank you.
How you been travelling the past couple of days?
Very good, thank you.
That's good. So first of all, we're going to get to our category or topic that we have. We have On The Mark. So we're going to spot you up with a couple questions that have been suggested by fans. First of all, hot take. Do you think that West Coast could be a top 12 team next year? Agree or disagree? First up, what are your thoughts,
disagree.
Nan? And why do you disagree?
Because they can't come from the bottom to first 12.
Well, it has been done. You've seen Collingwood.
Yeah,
you've seen
They've
Collingwood.
got to get new players.
You've seen Collingwood do it last
Yeah,
year. What about you? What's your opinion, Pop? Do you agree or disagree?
Oh, well, I agree. They're not going to finish in the top 12.
You reckon they're finishing bottom 6, do ya?
Yes.
What's your reasoning?
Well, for a start off, they haven't changed their coach. Also, I don't reckon they recruited that well. They haven't picked up any new players that look good.
I mean, they've picked up Jaden Hunt but they didn't really have a good trade period or draft season, did they?
No, of course they didn't. Hey, they'll always be hard to beat at the home ground. But hey, they haven't got that many home ground games, so I reckon they'll finish in the bottom 12.
Okay, next question. Has the AFL dropped off? Is it less popular than it used to be? First of all, we'll get Nan's opinion. What do you think, Nan?
Yes, I think it has dropped off.
Why do you think so?
Because it's too dear for families to go.
Yeah? What else?
Oh, I just think it's too expensive.
Do you have any other reasons why?
No, well, depends on where it's played.
Say in Melbourne. Obviously Melbourne's the home of footy, but do you think...
Yeah, but most games are played at the MCG anyway. If you play in Melbourne or Richmond, it's a home advantage every time.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, there you go.
What about you, Pop? Do you think the AFL's lost a bit of popularity over the years or no?
Oh, probably while the COVID's been on, because it's been a bit of a life changer. But we'll see what this season brings. After this year, if they haven't got so much COVID, hopefully it'll be a better year for football.
Well, I reckon that the AFL did have like a little stint in popularity during COVID, but I think they're starting to come back a bit more with their fans and that, because they're starting to get the fans back to the footy, which is obviously a major factor of the game. But I don't think that it's lost as much popularity as everyone thinks it has. And I think it'll only get more popular throughout the next couple of years. Now, we'll talk about the talking point of last week, the AFL YouTubers T10 cricket match. What was your overall opinion on the game? Like, not just individual performances, just overall. What did you think of the game, Nan?
Is that the game we went to?
Yes.
It was a really good game. The friendship was there. and not many of us knew each other. It was just, a really good day. It was a good day out.
Yeah. What about you, Pop? How do you interpret the cricket match last week?
Oh, well, hey, it was refreshing to see mates and players enjoy such a good day. Hey, I myself, enjoyed the day. Brought back memories of me playing when I was younger with my mates and cousins. I thought it was great. Hey, we had a great day, and hey, we'd like to see another one.
Yeah. Well, there have been a bit of talks of a rematch. Now, individual performances. Who do you think was best on ground in your opinion? Both of you. Who do you think got man of the match?
Probably the guy that hit the winning runs.
Yeah, you're talking about Blake.
Yeah, Blake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he kept well. He even bowled.
He even
bowled all right,
and hit well.
and he also
Made runs.
yeah, and he he was a brilliant all rounder.
All-rounder.
Hey, if I had to pick man of the match, Blake would be it.
Well, speaking of individual performances, I think I was on the bit of the worser side of those individual performances. I didn't have the worst batting innings, but when it came to ball in hand, I don't think I was the best on. But in my opinion, at least I got it on the pitch.
A couple of times.
Yeah. But I think there were some people who I would consider I was a little bit better than bowling wise, because Sammy wasn't the best. Sammy's not very you're not very fond of Sammy, are you, Nan?
Oh,
What?
he's all right.
What was the quote, Nan? You got to say your famous quote.
Get a job.
Say it's louder, Nan.
Get a bloody job. 19 and he hasn't got a job. He's lazy. He's on Centrelink.
Oh, well, there's Nan's famous quote.
I don't know what Centrelink was.
Anyway.
But the BBL, Nan, my Stars haven't been going too well, have they?
No,
No,
they haven't.
we haven't been going too well,
No.
have we?
Nah. Kobe hasn't want to watch the end. I've had Skipper hasn't want to watch the end because I've ended up watching it for him.
Well, I've been watching it.
Gone to his room.
Well, I've been watching a couple games, and they've been shocking. Most of them, to say the least. I think Zampa hasn't been bad with the ball. Seymour could be an up-and-coming batsman, but I reckon the other night was absolutely heartbreaking, that Renegades game, wasn't it, Nan?
Terrible.
Gee.
That was. I thought that was a good game, really, because they had their chance to win and they just give up.
Yeah.
They weren't making their runs.
The Chinese that we had after the BBL, or not the BBL, the cricket match. You
A
weren't.
meal.
It was a meal, but I don't think you enjoyed it as much as we used to, did we?
No, we didn't. No.
I
I think it had changed hands, actually.
Yeah. Obviously, all the other boys went over to Burnley, to the iconic Burnley KFC. But it was still good to go somewhere, nevertheless. It was a good time to have a meal, wasn't it, Nan?
Yeah, well, we could have got you home on the 5 o'clock train, but we still decided to ask you and you wanted to go for meals, so we stayed the extra 2 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Now, I think that's going to wrap up today's podcast. Next time we might have our next guest, Marto234, on episode 2 maybe. But that has been the On The Mark podcast. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.